Good morning students. This is your RVR sir. Today I am going to discuss an excellent beautiful concept called superposition of waves, which is the origin of our applied physics unit 1, that is interference. So if you look at the statement of superposition of waves, principle of superposition of waves. It states that whenever two or more waves simultaneously acted on a particle of the medium, then the resultant displacement of the particle is the algebraic sum of the individual displacements in the absence of one another. So this is the exact statement of the principle of superposition of waves. I am repeating the statement, all of you listen carefully. Whenever two or more waves simultaneously acted on a particle of the medium, then the resultant displacement of the particle is the algebraic sum of the individual displacements. For example, in order to understand this concept carefully, let us consider this is a object. Now, on this object, I am applying some force from right to left. The object will also displace in the same direction. If I am applying the force from left to right, the object is also displacing left to right. If I am applying the force from west to east, it is displacing like that. If I am applying the force from east to west, it is displacing in the same direction. Unlike this, if all these forces are acting on this particle simultaneously, then what is the displacement of the particle or resultant displacement of the particle? In order to understand this concept, principle of superposition of waves was given the same statement. Then the resultant displacement of this particle is the algebraic sum of the individual displacements in the absence of one another. This can be mathematically represented like this: y is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 and so on, where capital Y is the resultant displacement of the particle, y1 is the displacement of the particle in the absence of remaining two, y2 and y3, and y2 is the displacement of the particle in the absence of y1 and y3, and y3 is the individual displacement of the particle in the absence of remaining two, that is y1 and y2. In order to understand this concept clearly, let us consider an example. Now I am taking the class, right? One of the student, let us say one of the boy, had some doubt and he asked me. And one of the girl also having one more doubt, she also asked me. Then I am taking the class in the sense I am producing some sound wave in this classroom. Let its displacement is y1. Some girl is asking the doubt in the sense she is producing one more sound wave. Its displacement is y2. The boy is asking the doubt. He is producing one more sound wave. That displacement of that sound wave is y3. Then, if all these three sound waves are produced simultaneously on a particle in the air of this medium, this room, this classroom, then the air particle of this classroom may displace, or its resultant displacement was given by individual sum of the individual displacements. Here, algebraic sum of the individual displacements. What do you mean by algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics which involves simple mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Here why I am emphasizing that algebraic sum, because in our physics we are having two types of sums, that is vector sum and algebraic sum. If it is a vector sum, then we must consider the direction of the particle also. If it is the algebraic sum, we don't bother about the direction. We only confine it to the magnitude. Hence, the resultant displacement of the particle y is given by y1 plus y2 plus y3 and so on. I am repeating the statement. All of you listen carefully. That is, y is equal to, or in other words, we can say that simply, when two or more waves simultaneously acted on a particle of the medium, then the resultant displacement of the particle is the algebraic sum of the individual displacements in the absence of one another. This statement can be mathematically represented as y is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 and so on. Here y1 is the individual displacement of the particle, in the absence of remaining two, in the absence of y2 and y3. In the similar manner, y2 is the displacement of the particle in the absence of y1 and y3. In the same manner, y3 is the displacement of the particle in the absence of y1 and y2 respectively. And capital Y is the resultant displacement of the particle. This is regarding the statement of principle of superposition of waves. Now, from this principle of superposition of waves, we are having three special cases, three important cases, three special cases of principle of superposition of waves. Principle of superposition of waves. That is, number one, stationary wave pattern. Stationary wave pattern. That means when two waves having the same amplitude, same frequency, traveling in the same medium in opposite direction like this, then the two waves are superimposed over each other, then what happens? Stationary wave pattern is observed. This phenomena is called stationary waves, or simply we can say that stationary waves are produced when two waves having same amplitude, same frequency, traveling in the same medium in opposite direction, if they superimpose over each other, then stationary wave pattern is produced. This stationary wave pattern we can observe clearly in the water waves. Right? Now, coming to the second one, beats. When two waves having same amplitude, traveling in the same medium, traveling in the same direction, having slightly different in frequencies, if they superimposed over each other, then the resultant displacement or the resultant waves observing an excellent phenomena which is called beats. In other words, we can say that when two waves having same amplitude, slightly different in frequency, traveling in the same medium, in the same direction, superimpose over each other, then the phenomena of beats are produced. This is regarding the second important case of the principle of superposition of waves. Third, last but not least, that is interference. Interference of waves. In other words, we can say that when two waves having same amplitude, same frequency, traveling in the same medium, traveling in the same direction, superimpose over each other, then the resultant phenomena leads to the production of interference. In other words, we can say that if two waves having same amplitude, same frequency, traveling in the same medium, same direction, superimposed over each other, then the resultant intensity gets modified. This phenomena is called interference. The best example for interference is we can observe interference pattern in the sound waves, in the light waves, in the water waves, etc. So, all of you note down this, and in the next class I am going to discuss. There are two separate cases of the principle of superposition of waves. One is superposition of waves of same frequency and same phase. Another one is superposition of waves of same frequency and different phase. We will discuss those two cases in the next class. Thank you.